So guys, the second stanza depicts all night the roots work to disengage themselves from the cracks in the veranda floor. The leaves strain towards the glass, small twigs still with extortion, long cramped bow shuffling under the roof like newly discharged patients, half-dazed, moving to the clinic doors. Through the second stanza, the poet says that we fulfill our desire, that man is fond of gardening. Many people, they are very much fond of planting trees, various kinds of trees in their balcony for show. But they don't understand, they don't realize that plants and trees, they are also living things. They don't understand their feelings. But to decorate their house, they plant in tub or earthen pots various kinds of trees, whether those are crotons or flower, the trees which give flower also. So here the poet, she is saying that whole night in the veranda, in the balcony, the trees, they do fight, they do struggle to escape them from this captivity, from this suffocating atmosphere, because all the window panes, glass panes, those are shut. So they are struggling how to break the window panes, how to break the ceiling. Even the small twigs, they are also fighting with full force. That is the imagination of the poet, undoubtedly. But here the poet, she has presented herself as the mouthpiece of the trees, because she was an activist, environmental activist. She always raised her voice against damaging or destroying the ecology. So that is why the poet says that trees are also fighting to set them free, just like human beings, because they are living things. They have the feelings as human beings, they do have. The trees in the balcony, their life is filled with misery. Their life is filled with sufferings. So they want to escape from this situation. Whole night they are fighting. Someone is wanting to crack the window pane, someone is wanting to crack the floor, someone is wanting to crack the ceiling. Even the small twigs are quite tender, They have become strong. They are also struggling to set them free, to flee from this situation, to flee from this captivity. So here the poet says, all night the roots work to disengage themselves from the cracks in the veranda floor. The leaves strain towards the glass, small twigs stiff with exertion. The twigs are also fighting. They are also giving their full strength. Long cramped bow shuffling under the roof like newly discharged patients, half-dazed, moving to the clinic door. Because due to lack of place, limited place in the veranda, they don't have maturity. They are not growing freely here because of lack of place. So there is no maturity in the trees. They are lacking growth. They are not growing properly in the veranda or balcony. And the poet says, if by hook or by crook or by chance, if they can set themselves free, what will be the expression of the trees? Just like newly discharged patient from hospital. You have already seen, guys, I know. I hope so, that when a newly discharged patient, you will see the face, the expression of the patient after a long time inside the hospital. And the patient thinks, where I am here in a new world. There is light, there are people, they are moving here and there, because since a long time he was lying on the bed in a cabin or in a ward of hospital. So he looks the world with dazed eyes, that I am a stranger. He feels himself or herself as a stranger or alien. So the poet is comparing the trees, if by chance they will be able to set them free, their situation or their state will also be like this, these kinds of newly discharged patients. So guys, today I have taught you only 2 stanzas, because you have to understand the rest of the stanzas, that means 2 more stanzas. So open your notebook, open your copy and note down. I am going to give you 4 questions. First question, what message through the poem The Trees Adrian Rich want to convey? What message through the poem The Trees Adrian Rich wants to convey? Question number 2, why the trees want to escape to forest? Why the trees want to escape to forest? And question number 3, through the last 2 lines of the first stanza, you will read the last 2 lines of the first stanza. Through the last 2 lines of the first stanza, what does the poet want to say? Through the last 2 lines of the first stanza, the last 2 lines of the first stanza, the forest that was empty all the nights will be full of trees by morning. I already explained before you, the poet wished if within a night, the poet wished that all trees should move towards forest. Once again, the forest will be filled with trees. That is the poet's desire. That is the poet's vision. So the question 3, once again, I repeat, through the last 2 lines of the first stanza, what does the poet want to say? Now question number 4, quotes from the line. You will note down, like newly, last 2 lines, second stanza. Like newly discharged patients, half-dazed moving to the clinic doors. Just now I have explained before you. First you note down 2 lines. You can put dot also. Later on you can note. Roman number 1, elucidate the line. You have to elucidate. You have to depict the line. Whatever you have understood. Just now I have told you. Elucidate the line. Roman number 2, give the synonym of dazed. Give the synonym of dazed, D-A-Z-E-D, within single inverted comma. Dazed. So guys, this much for the day. First you read the poem minimum for 2 times. At least for 2 times you read the poems, only 2 stanza. I don't want to give you so much stress, or I don't want to exaggerate you. Only you read 2 stanza, try to understand the stanza, Note down the word and meaning simultaneously in your book. Whatever the words you cannot understand, otherwise the words are quite simple. In spite of that, you can't understand any word, underline with pencil, search it out, note down in your copy, and then you solve these 4 questions. So guys, till then, take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.